All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Ryan. He finds Coleman. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Oh, some strong running. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, He wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Detroit! No. Check. Patriot! Watch him now, Barney!
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Gone! Now let's go! Green, 39!
Allen will try again on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bird. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Here's Allen to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Bird. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They go play action here on 1st down. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Hey, let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
21, 20, 20. 20. Get up. Wait.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Escaping the pressure. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney!
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Watch him now, Barney! Watch him now, Barney!
This is McCaffrey on the give. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Go! Let's run! They're running! 3 down! Gun! Watch him now, Barney! Check three!
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Flushed out right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? they've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And here now come the Falcons. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 11.
Tuesday.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. On first down, Ryan. Pass incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first? Down the offense or the defense. Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Come on, let's go!
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great...
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Ohio! Flex round!
Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he fires one that's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Gun! Watch him now, Barney!
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bird. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And now running right through him. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run here with Freeman. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Brissett keeps himself upright, eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Jacoby Brissett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. Sturgis adds the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And onto the field here come the Panthers. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Room here to run. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Going to throw. And that is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Lucky 56.
Here's Allen. Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go! 319! 319! Gone!
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that's complete to Croft. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
No, check, Patriot. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Throwing on second down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for the Panthers. 52 yards.
You got him. You got him.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Leopard! 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 Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Back to that Philly. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Panthers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Gano's kick is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get the field goal here at the end of the second quarter and take the lead into the lockers.
And isn't that what every team wants to do? Right at the end of the half, put points on the board, and go into the locker room feeling a lot better about themselves.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half, of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, here's Allen. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And give him a gain of 37.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, the receiver won in a big way.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Set, 3-19.
Throwing now is Allen. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. He digs them partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Allen now looks to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Godot's kick is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A first down throw for Brissett. And this is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
They just get the play off. Now Brissett steps away to his left. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90!
pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot
best.
on the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Hut.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To the air, Allen. And he's got his target. That's more. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Detroit! Over!
First down, and they're going to throw without him. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Gone! Hut! Watch him now, Barney. Hut!
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Flex round. Let's go. Spread 38. Spread 38.
From the gun, here's Brissett. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection. Ryan to Jones there. Here's Brissett. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Ohio! 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 Come on!
Brissett again. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now the pitch to Freeman. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! Spread 38! Spread 38! Ohio! Ohio!
second down. Brissett. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Hey, watch the slant.
Brissett on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And now it's second down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10.
Here we go! What? 90! What? 90! Ha-ha! Ha-ha!
On second down, Brissett again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10.
Come on, let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Into the air once more. It's Brissett. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Trent Murphy in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Gun! Watch him now, Barney!
Allen looks to throw on second down. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney.
McCaffrey. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. They get it to him running left. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Brissett, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again, Brissett on second and 10. And he comes back with one complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
On first and 10, Brissett. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dontari Poe in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And the pressure gets to him again. Trey Hendrickson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaching, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Oh, fighting off the defender. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And that one in. Such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game, that means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and